beautiful thing, it's hot rod season all year round. And it is, for you drag racers of all different types of motorsports, it's warm all year round. So it's lovely. So I want to go ahead and start welcoming people on the chat. We are live and we're going to go ahead and share. I didn't give people a lot of notice. But we are getting ready to have a good day, a good video. I am getting ready to talk to you guys about how God allowed me to learn to fight and build people. Now, a lot of people see me in this world of law now, and they wonder, how is it that Dave is building all these people up around the country? I've had agents assigned to me, trolls assigned to me, people who actually work with trafficking assigned to me to attempt to slow me down from doing all the work that I've been doing. And people wonder how it is that I'm able to handle the pressure, how I'm able to teach people to use their talents that God has given them to become strong. I would like for you guys to share this all over, share this in all my Telegram groups, please. I'm going to drop PCAPs today and show you guys powerful, powerful, powerful things that I have done in my life. And it is all because of God. Now, I know that, a lot of people, they look and they say, okay, David, well, are you sure you can do this? David, are you sure you can do that? David, how do we know this or that works? Looks like somebody said, anyone listen to the OSHA oral argument sounds like bad clown reasoning so far. Yeah, they're going to get in trouble, guys. Watch. Because we've given OSHA notices out and they're not able to stand on law. And we are. And we CC'd Kavanaugh. So Kavanaugh knows what the freak is up and that the people know. So it's no more of this hiding and playing games behind closed doors. About to get good. But anyway, I wish you guys well. I hope that all of you guys are in peace and joy and love. And I hope you guys are happy today. All over David's live. Now, I want to show you guys some special things that the world does not want you to see. A lot of you guys are trying to figure out what to do in life. I hope you guys realize that your servants in America are trying to bankrupt your whole country. And the funny thing about when government bankrupts your whole country is usually people who are in government, like for instance, watch right now today, there are people telling you to get something in your arm. Those same people usually are making money off of the stocks or have private interests in the same freaking companies that are trying to force you to put stuff in your arm. They also don't have to have, as we have proven, because not only did we see a woman go out and get pictures of the documents for this thing they want to put in your arm, we had some people go out and actually take video. And now we have video of other places where they're trying to force stuff in your arm or get you to put it in, and the things are blank. So there's no full disclosure. And the government thinks that we're so stupid that we're going to let them run us over and get us to all put these things in our arms, where in a couple of years we won't even matter because we won't be here, likely, from what people have said who are doctors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to you guys about something that, what's up, Big Troy Robinson? Is that Arizona Troy? If that's Arizona Troy, I'm gonna be happy. I love that dude. So y'all see how I get, right? So when I deal with people in the world who are like family to me, who fought dirty stuff in government and they won their kids back or stuff happened good for them, I get happy to see him. I'm sorry. I'm like a kid in a candy store. Some people look at Michael Jordan like, oh, there's Michael Jordan. I look at the regular everyday people who stand up and fight and have victory. I'm their fans, because it takes an extreme amount of heart to do what these people do. There's a lot of people who fake like they have success. And I've known this for a very long time. I started out, hey, Leo 71. I started out when I was a kid doing businesses. So I had my own lawn business, like in my teenage years. My first self-employment opportunity was a woman named Miss McCants down the street from me on A Street. And she paid me $5 a week to take out her trash. Big Derek Bay, what's up, bro? She paid me $5 a week to take out her trash. And so I took out her trash. I think that started in elementary school, actually. Yeah, I was a little dude. I got $5 a week to take out her trash. I would take out her trash and then I would put it back. Big AZ Troy. Now, this is funny, y'all. This is AZ Troy Robinson. AZ Troy Robinson is a parent who actually used my work along with a couple other people to fight CPS, and he actually won a case. So he can actually give y'all a testimony. I didn't know he was going to be on here. I didn't even know he was on YouTube. But if that's the AZ, yeah, that's AZ Troy. That got to be Troy, right? But guys, I started my first business in elementary school, like, my first self-employment opportunity, going down the street, taking the trash, being responsible every day that the trash would come. I would take out the trash and then I would return it back. I would meet with Mrs. McCants. She would give me $5. I talked to her son not too long ago on a call with my brother. My brother handed the phone over to me and I talked to this gentleman. Now, see, guys, Troy Robinson is Troy, can you tell them, like, just briefly a sentence of testimony that you used my stuff and got your kid back? Just so they can know that this is the real freaking deal. Like, we ain't making up garbage. This is real parents, y'all, real people who fight every day, like, that I look up to. This man actually served in the military. He served our freaking country. And, I've always looked up to people who will stand up and fight. I'm happy to see him on here. Y'all see how excited I got? I couldn't even hide it, right? I jumped up like, oh, Troy Robinson. I ain't never seen him on YouTube like this on a video of mine. So when I seen his name right there, my the photographic memory of me and the auditory memory, even when I say it in my mind, lit up like a light bulb, right? And I'm excited because I see somebody who I'm a fan of. So it just is crazy. So, if y'all see me get weird when I see somebody who's doing something powerful and I'm so happy. Melly Mel, I told you about this last night about how a lot of the parents who got their kids back didn't tell me. Troy told me about the situation. And it's crazy that to see him, I get excited, I get happy because we're fighting through some of the hardest moments that I have ever seen in my life. And when you have people who stand up and then y'all go through this battle, a part of you is in the battle with them. And when they tell you about the success they have, your heart just breaks, right? Because you love to see fighters. And this is what I was going to talk about today in a different realm. But a lot of people don't know my history. I was doing a lot of things in business and, we get trolls that come around and says David Jose is scamming parents. As a matter of fact, we can just prove it right here. Troy Robinson, did I ever charge you for any affidavit work, any information, anything that you used of mine? Did you have to pay Dave Jose a single penny ever? Now, what we'll see is I don't charge for affidavits or nothing, right? People got my affidavits sometimes free off of a website that I paid money for. But this is one thing that I want to say, guys. Yeah, it's crazy how much. See, not at all. So he's a real parent that got his kid back. And he's telling that I didn't charge him. And this is the sad thing is we got guys who are trolls working with the deep state, running around telling people that David Jose is charging money for affidavits and all this stuff for kids. I ain't never done that, So it's a shame, but it is what it is. So what I wanted to say, guys, is when you deal with taking care of things in real life, and it's crazy because God brought somebody who's a witness, right? Never charged me anything. See, what happens is, hey, Rosemary, Rosemary always fighting it all day and night. That lady don't stop. We need to give her some praise for her goodness, you know. But guys, I've done a lot of things in my life, and I realize, you know, psychologically, people can be deceived by government, deceived by doctors, deceived by uh, corporate, formal traders, people who trade stocks and all that stuff. People get tricked about their 401ks. You put your money in there and people make you believe that you have to do that and that you're going to make a lot of money and you're going to be able to retire. And then people get to the point their retirement age and they find out inflation happened. The money that they so-called had stored up is drying up. They're in a tough situation. They got to go get an extra job at Walmart. They don't really have the skills to do a job in another area after they've retired for a little while. And they're going through hell. And the people who have been trading our money, if they lose in the 401k, yeah, lawyers too, if they lose in the 401k, it does not matter to them because they're going to make money when they're trading your money if they win or lose. So we have been trained to give our health over to doctors. The law, which we wrote constitutions as the people, we can institute government or take it away. We've allowed groups of lawyers who have their own private interests control the law. We've allowed legislatures to work with lawyers and they make up stuff and then they start attacking us because we didn't know. We give them our money. Shamrock said, never charge me anything. I learned from Dave in the affidavit. Mama said, got my mandates lifted for my child. Thank you, Dave. See, I didn't know that one. I didn't know that happened. At least if you told me, I didn't see it yet. So here's another victory from somebody. Now, Shamrock, how long have you known me? Because when you were able to learn these things and do these things, did I know you for life? Are you somebody who would lie for me or something like that? Oh yeah, Josh, a lot of good things are coming in the near future. A lot. Big, huge, massive things. Now I want to ask you guys, you know, we got people who tell you you'll make money in your 401ks, all this stuff. As a matter of fact, let me go prepare some things because I want you guys to know that I've been dealing with a lot of things in my history that I've never talked to you about. And what happens is there's people who have things to say about me, which is fine. It's cool. I enjoy it. That's part of being a beast. Part of being a beast is doing the unthinkable. And people are going to believe that you can't do certain things. And that's awesome because I like to be the underdog, as you guys can see. I don't want to be the guy who everybody looks at and says he can do everything, because then you don't get to see what God does with me. I want you to challenge me, laugh at me, mock me, tell me no audit will ever happen. Nothing will ever go down. The government will never listen. And then I'm going to secretly and quietly do the freaking work to become a freaking beast. But I enjoy when people laugh at me. I enjoy when people mock me. I enjoy when people say I cannot do it. 3 or 4 years ago, he said he met me in a downtown rally for families fighting CPS. So you can see he's not my childhood friend or anything like that. But he's here giving testimony to what happened in his family from using what I taught. It's that simple, guys. Now, this is the real thing about being a beast. When you're a beast, testimony is going to start to leak out and is not going to be you giving the testimony. You can fake like you're something all day and night. You can go rent a Lambo, which I would like to rent a Lambo one day. You could rent a Lambo and get on Instagram. I don't even have an Instagram. And start posting and acting like you got a Lambo. You could even drive around and girls will talk to you because you got a Lambo. But for me, I don't believe that it is right to play like you're something. I rather show myself as nothing and then let other people tell what I do. Because this way we can see the truth. This way, we can see the truth. See, if I say what I am, my witness cannot be true. But if everybody else tells what I am, then you see real PCAPs of what Dave has been doing all his life. I started out with a trash business. Then I started doing a landscaping business where I was cutting grass and stuff like that. And as I was cutting grass, I would pay for my brothers and sisters to have school clothes that they wanted. I would pay for them to have ice cream truck money. And I'm telling y'all that a lot of people will act like there's something, but there's some wisdom that I'm going to give y'all that will help y'all to see how you know what's really real. So y'all will notice that there's a lot of people who try to hate on me, and it comes down to one thing. I'll say something. I'll say, show where anybody agrees with you that you're doing what you say I don't do. So they say, David, you don't help people get kids back. I say, well, that's not what the parents say. Well, David, you charge money for getting kids back. That's not what the parents say, because every time the parents come, the parents show that I've helped them win. Now, when I ask these other actors to show me where they have parents that have won, I don't understand, guys, why they never have won. They never have parents that can prove what they say. Everything is running a little bit slow, guys, on my what's name. Can y'all see my screen? Is it sharing a Bible verse? Okay, yes, it is. I want y'all to see something. So here is Proverbs 27:2. And what you're going to see is that in Proverbs 27:2 is going to show you how God says to drop PCAPs. What's up, Mia? God shows you how to drop PCAPs and show what the freak it is you really do. Watch this. Proverbs 27:2. Let another man praise thee, and not thine own mouth, a stranger, and not thine own lips. Guys, y'all can see that Troy Robinson, who I have not seen on here. Hey, Troy, if you want to learn about some business stuff, I'm going to show y'all some fire in a couple of seconds too. Probably a lot better than trading. Now, guys, let another man praise thee and not thine own mouth. So we got people running around saying, David Jose didn't do this and didn't do that. And they can't show you guys that they've helped people get their kids back. They'll say what they believe, not living in my life or around me, what did not happen. But then Troy Robinson just comes on here and tell you guys that I helped him get his kids back for free. Another testimony, y'all, right? That I never told y'all about. Here he is telling y'all himself. Now, what's deep is Shamrock just came on and said, David Jose helped me to get a victory with her kids' school board, I believe it was. I didn't even know that one. And she's telling y'all in front of your face, this is what she did. Now, Shamrock been in the movement with other people during the election integrity stuff. And she has known a lot of y'all longer than she's known me. But she's just telling you, right? She's just telling you, somebody removed this Washington case. They're so fake, talking about Melly Mel. They don't realize, see, there was a person trying to clown me the other day, and he thinks Melly Mel, our Melly Mel, is actually his ex, Melly Mel. So this guy was a woman beater who got a permanent restraining order or something like that on him. in another state. And what happened was he's sitting here attacking Melly Mel because he thinks that Melly Mel, who's here, is his ex, Melissa and whatever, who he was beating up, and he forced her to lie and make up stories about me. And then she came and apologized. So he thinks the Melly Mel who's been here with us is her. So when they were on the video yesterday, he started showing arrest warrants of Melissa, his lady, thinking that Melly Mel was connected to him. That's how bad these guys are. These people have been doing so much evil that when somebody says something to them, they think that it's the part of their evil group. They started attacking each other on video. But his ex told that, David, you know, he told me if I leave him or do anything, he's going to take my kids away from me. And he beat her up. And what ended up happening was she got a restraining order. A judge saw the text messages where he was doing it wrong. He got a history of doing this stuff. He's been in court a lot of times. And they were hiring people to come after me and make up stories because they could not find anything to say about me. So when Melly Mel came on talking to them yesterday, they made a whole story up about Melly Mel saying, oh no, this, that, I'll get your arrest records. You're this and you're that. And didn't know that Melly Mel was just a regular woman asking them why they're saying things that they cannot prove. So that's how funny it is. So guys, I'm going to show you guys though, because in doing things in my life, understanding the Bible, God said that you are to let another man's mouth praise you. So guys, if I am not somebody who has loved the people and lived my life, let me help you understand. My degree is in psychology. One of the people who were a counselor in psychology talked to me about moving on after I got my bachelor's degree. And she was saying, okay, David, well, once you get your bachelor's degree, you can go to school for longer, pay some more money, and you could probably become a professor, or you could become get a master's. You'll probably start out making about $32,000 a year. I just got done doing a real estate deal at that time where I made $36,000 on one deal, one closing. And I'm like, do I really want to go to this school, pay some more money to be in debt? And then this is what got me the worst. She said, you can probably sit up under somebody who's a psychologist now. You can do some work after a couple of years after being in your residency. You can actually start doing stuff yourself. You'll probably make 30-something thousand a year. And I said, so, and they said, you got to be under somebody else. So I said, whoa, if I got to be under somebody else and I know how to help somebody expand their abilities or take care of a problem, can I just tell them how to take care of problems? She's like, well, you got to really run them through a treatment program over some years. I'm like, what if I could fix it in a day? She's like, no, we do treatment plans over time. I'm like, ma'am, I can't do a line of work where I know how to make you take action and change your life today. And you want me to wait to change somebody's life for, 2-3 years. I'm like, ma'am, I can't do that. She's like, yeah, that probably wouldn't work. And I'm like, well, I probably won't be one of these. I'll do business on my own and I'll help people and I'll change their lives. So my first business was called Clear Cognitions. I opened up a company to do motivational speaking because I wanted to build people up in Detroit. What ended up happening was a lot of people in Detroit were not ready for a message of positivity. So when I tried to show them positivity, parents are like, well, why do I need to teach my kid this and that? I'm like, probably because your kid is a drug dealer and he might die within the next year or two, maybe, And so what happened was they ended up, not caring about the message. So I continued on. I started doing documentaries and showing people what it is that I saw in my life in Detroit, in the middle of the hood, people getting killed in broad daylight, people getting jumped in broad daylight. I'll show PCAPs of that if y'all want me to. But I did a documentary where I followed drug dealers and killers for 4 years so I can show these people exactly what happened in my life. Now, so this shows you what my dream was. I believe that there were people who had issues in their life that suffered because nobody taught them the wisdom that God has in life, and then dealt with their psychology to change the way that they think so that they take action that is different, that produce different results. So if you guys watch me in the law world, people are like, Somebody just meets me 6 months ago. They do what I say, start taking action. 2 weeks, they're nervous. They don't realize what's going to happen. Then they start seeing activity happen where people drop mandates. People act like they didn't do what they tried to do as government officials. They backpedal and they're like, man, they're starting to move a little bit. During the 2 weeks, they're like, what if this doesn't work? What if this doesn't happen? Dave, you're getting me to do all this stuff. This is fearful. This is scary, right? So I understand psychologically that people do things for two reasons, either to gain pleasure or avoid pain. The biggest reason for most people is to avoid pain. So what I do is show people real life. Show people, and it doesn't matter if SCOTUS wants to try to make something mandate law, we're going to expose the jurisdictional issues and we'll make the SCOTUS sit on their freaking butt. That's what'll happen. Now, what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to look at how people deal with things. It is easier to encourage people to avoid pain than it is to gain pleasure. So if you tell people, listen, you can change your life, you can have things happen better, you can have things move, you can have this, you can have that. Usually people will not attack things when they just want to have something better. When they realize that they're going to get a jab and they see people falling out all over the place, or they realize that they might take your kids, they realize they might harm you. Now they want to come and talk about how do we do something about this? When they could have taken over the stuff a long time ago by trying to gain pleasure in making the nation better. So gaining pleasure is not the biggest motivator. The fear of pain is the best motivator. So when I deal with people, I realize that they need to gain pleasure and there's a world that can be different than what they see, but they don't see it. So in order to give them a ability to deal with things they don't see, you have to give them a vision. And when you give them the vision, you have to make it plain so that the man or woman who sees it may run with it. So for the whole time that they've been locking people down and doing these mandates, there was no man who gave the law in a way that people can use with precise action steps to knock all of this down, to make businesses be able to move to the private and not get shut down. So then I came with Josh Barnett, by God, and Josh brought me into this realm of people I've never been in before. And Josh is like, Dave, I want to fix the nation. So Josh comes up with this huge idea to save everybody. I'm like, Josh, I worked with a few little sheep before, and I help some people make money in business and I help change people's life. But you want me to fix the whole nation? Yeah, we're going to start today. I'm like, this Negro crazy, right? I'm like, Josh, what are you getting me into? And I'm sitting here knowing I ain't going to sleep. What's up, P. Diddy? Not really. I don't sleep that much. P. Diddy told me a long time ago to be baking when others are sleeping. That's what P. Diddy told me. P. Diddy said, look, while everybody else is sleeping, you be perfecting your skill. P. Diddy told me to have a vast tool belt to be able to fight in everywhere you go. He says, look, don't just do the same thing every time. You better have a tool belt with different tools to make change in whatever you do effectively. That's what P. Diddy taught me. P. Diddy is like Mr. Miyagi. He have you like this, wax on, wax off. You don't know what the heck you're doing. Wax on, wax off, right? P. Diddy will have you do wax on, wax off 15,000 times. He's like, look, do this. As a matter of fact, y'all, P. Diddy taught me martial arts. And what happened was P. Diddy would have me doing stuff like a parry, right? He's like, here, when you block somebody, just do this with your arm from here to here. And what will happen is if they're out in front of you, you tap their hand like this. If you hit their hand right here, it's going to go 6 to 12 inches by the time it gets to your face and miss. P. Diddy didn't teach me how to punch people first. P. Diddy taught me how to block attacks and control a fight. And he made sure I mastered it first before I can learn how to punch and kick. That's P. Diddy. So anyway, y'all, this is hilarious. So when you're watching people fight, right? And you're trying to figure out, when you are trying to build people and you're trying to figure out how to help them win, the Bible tells you how the hope deferred maketh the heart sick. So I'm not trying to be funny, y'all. I'm going to tell y'all about some stuff that is deep, that's going to blow your mind when you understand it, because this is how I think. So when you look around the nation, there's a lot of people who I love, and some of them I think are super cool, amazing, powerful people who have served this country in different ways and done a lot of things. Some of them are billionaires. Some of them are just cool dudes, right? But what you will notice is there is not a man in the entire nation who has $1 billion right now who knows the law like we know it. There is not a man who has $1 billion who can go teach the people step by step what to do to change their life. It does not exist. There is not a man with the biggest name on earth. I don't give a freak who it is, what state he's from, what country he's from. If he has the biggest name on earth, there is not one who can motivate the people, because there's a lot who can do rallies. They motivate the people to keep going, and that's a good thing. But when the people walk out, they have no action steps or nothing that will help them to get activity and success immediately. So let's understand this. There's a verse in the Bible that tells you that the hope deferred maketh the heart sick. So the longer you push off somebody's hope, their heart starts to struggle. The longer you push off people's hope, their heart starts to struggle. Now, what you will notice is that when God is building you up and teaching you how to be a fighter, like David, he raised the sheep. And in the middle of the time when David was raising the sheep in the Bible, David was not a killer of giants. David raised sheep. But there was a time when a lion and a bear came to attack one of the sheep. David came out with his bare hands and slew a lion and a bear to get the sheep back. He defeated them. So what you got to understand is when God is holding you in your position of small time stuff, he is also giving you victories to build confidence in what you can do, so that when you come to the giant, you're already prepared and your heart is not sick, and you ain't got to worry about how long it's going to take to defeat the giant, because God has already shown you that you can defeat a big enemy. While you were in your small time doing what you thought you were doing to be whatever it is your family had you to be, or you were working wherever God had you to be, and it seemed like a small, humble beginning and people laughed at you. They laughed when David came before Goliath. They laughed at him. His brothers were like, where are you? Where are your little few sheep you got? This dude is the shepherd for his dad's whole flock. The brother says, oh, you just run a few little sheep. What are you doing out here with the grown men? But the grown men were running from Goliath. See, sometimes those who seem to be higher than you don't have the faith that you have, because God has raised you up for a time such as this. And he took you when you were little and was building victories in you that nobody could see. Because at the time when he was going to break you out and allow you to shake the world, he didn't want everybody to know your history. He didn't want everybody to look at it and say, well, dang, David beat up a lion, he beat up a bear, he's probably going to jack this dude up. He wanted people to look at the lowly substance of David and doubt him. Because it is not by your strength, David, that God beat Goliath. It was by God's power, might, strength, preparation that allowed you to beat Goliath. So I'm telling y'all, when you understand the things that God will raise you up in, the parents God gives you, you start to realize that God did everything on purpose to raise you up for such a time as this. And this is why many of you have been through hurt, been through pain, came through the hood, had no fear. Some of y'all went to the military. Some of y'all had military parents. Some of y'all had people who were strong on y'all to prepare you for a time such as this. And then people start looking at you and saying what you cannot do. And then y'all keep posting victory after victory after victory after victory after victory after victory. How many victories are going to be coincidences? Over and over again. Let us pray real quick. Dear Heavenly Father, we come thanking you for this day. We come thanking you for your love, mercy, and goodness. Father, we ask that you be with us during this video, that you allow us to have a good time, Father, learning and growing and becoming strong, Father, as you have given us the victory already, Father, and we take joy in this amazing victory and we're having fun. You're such a good God. We thank you, Father, for our hard times, because you have built us up and made us ready for the battle. And Father, we enjoy this battle. We have fun with this battle, Father, and we know that you're letting us destroy the deep state. Father, we know that you are showing the nations that they are but men, like we see in Psalm chapter 9. And Father, we are enjoying the moment. Father, we are having fun in the fight. And we just thank you for using us, Father, and letting us be part of your battle. And Father, we just ask that you continue to let us destroy wickedness and corruption worldwide, and that you let us see how mighty and powerful you are, Father, so we can take joy and tell the people worldwide. Father, we believe that a lot of people will come to you through these great acts that you are doing and going to do. And we thank you for every opportunity, Father, because you are wonderful. We thank you for all the open doors you've given us, but we also thank you, Father, for all the shut doors where you did not want us to work with people who would try to take your glory. But Father, we know that it is your might and your power and your greatness, Father, that is doing all these things we see. And we praise you for it. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, y'all. Now we're going to keep going. So what I'm going to do, guys, is show you guys if you are dealing with leaders, leaders are going to be serving before they ever get into a point where they become the leader in your eyes. There's going to be a history of leadership. But the problem is, guys, there's a lot of people who don't have a history of leadership talking about how to be leaders. They don't have PCAPs to show you what they did, but they're trying to tell people what you can do or what's possible or what's not possible. And what I want to do is show you guys real PCAPs of real leadership from my history so you know what I've done. Okay, guys, I want you to let me know if you can see my screen and you guys can see this gentleman standing out in front of you. I will show you real quick that this video is from August 4th, 2010. His name is Manuel Lopez. 2010, guys. This is a video from 2010. Now, I want to see, guys, because people say, oh, well, Dave, he doesn't have business. He didn't do this. He didn't do that. I always cared about helping people to change their life. Now, you guys will see on this YouTube from 10 years ago that this guy who went to my church calls me by my corporate name, right? And then what happens is I start to get so famous that people can't find me by my normal white man name, right? Because it's not easy to find me on Facebook. So then you're going to see me do another video where I'm going to say, I'm David Jose, as you know me on Facebook, because people couldn't find me, guys. And I was doing business and I was helping people around the nation. So I wanted to make it easy. But listen to this man talk and tell me what my heart was doing 10 years ago.
Hey, what's up? This is Manny Lopez from straight up from Phoenix, Arizona here. I just wanted to do a quick short video for Mr. David Watson, my coach slash mentor slash brother in Christ. Here's proof of one of the deals we just did right now. I don't know if you can see that, but that's bam. That's what I just made right here real quick. As you can see, we're outside the bank, Chase. So just a little something for some of you out there that are just still watching videos on YouTube on how to do this, how to do that. What you gotta do is you just gotta go out there and do it, take action, stop reading books, because that's what I was doing. I'm tired of that. I did that for 2 years straight, just sitting there doing nothing. But thank God that, you know, David Watson came into my life, did the coaching with him, and there's the proof, baby. There's the proof. Thank you very much, and I'm out.
There you go. That's Manny Lopez. We're live from the bank. Today is August 4th, 2010, and you see how he's doing it. So I want you guys to know that if you got some dreams and you got something you want to do, get you a good coach, and y'all go out there and kick some butt.
Okay, guys, so here we go. So this was 10 years ago, before any CPS case. I was known as a coach that taught people to take action who just read books. See, there becomes a potential, guys, in our world to get comfortable with reading and learning. There's a lot of people around the nation studying law. There's a lot of people running around talking about, I know this, and I was moved off of dry dock, and they moved me into the water, and blah, 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 blah. But you don't see them moving and taking action, taking it to the government officials, asking to talk and show the law in front of everybody, where you can be tested, where you can get embarrassed, where you can be mocked, you can be laughed at, where it's not safe. Because you believe that there's something greater. So now this is a man from 10 years ago, y'all. No, 11 years ago now. That was 2010. No, shucks. That was 11 years ago, almost 12. So what we got to understand is the day that he did the deal was 2010. It's 2022. So this would be the 12th year. So way back in the day, David understood that I needed to build people to help them change their life. And part of changing your life is financial. It's financial. Part of changing your life is financial. This man wanted to do big things for his family, for his kids. There was coaching programs that he paid to get into that just told him to read this book, study this, study that. And then I came into his life and I showed him how to do the unthinkable. Why? Because I believed in the principle that God showed me. One of the principles that God shows me in the Bible that's very wise. God tells you to go out into the field, make your work ready for you, and then build you a house. See, you got to take the talents and skills that God has given you, go out into the field, make your work good for you, not necessarily be employed by somebody else who designs their plan, but make your work good for you. And then you become stable because you use your skills and talents. You know what you can do by God. And then you build you a house when you're secure and stable. Whoo, boy, I get excited a little bit, y'all, because God has given me the wisdom of his word to help people to change their life. They are trying to destroy your nation right now. Some of y'all took the thing in your arm as airplane pilots and you are down. You can't fly no more. Y'all having heart attacks in the air and you're fearful about what you gonna do. You think this is a mistake? You got the most healthy people in the nation playing basketball, running around, jumping, doing all these powerful things, and now they can't anymore. They're trying to take away your ability to produce. They closed down the pipelines. They got boats off the edge of the ports. And there's boats sitting there with all this product that people can't get access to, and it's going to cause a trickle effect and make people lose houses and cars and real property. They're going to lose it. And they're doing this to you on purpose. But see, I'm showing y'all real proof about what I have done. And God has raised me up for this time and shown me how to change people's life. Notice it's not my own mouth that's praising me. It's another man. Don't listen to my testimony. I am nothing. But everyday regular people keep talking about what David Jose helped them do in history. How is this possible? David Jose is a nothing nobody. David Jose, he's not real. He's been fake his whole life. Really? That's what the deep state wants y'all to believe? See, but what they didn't understand is that what David Jose has done for his whole life is keep a record of the crazy things that David Jose has been able to do by God because he knows people ain't gonna believe what the freak he says, because some of the stuff is too crazy to even believe. Would y'all like to see another? Let me know if you guys would like to see some more PCAPs that rearrange people's kneecaps. Let me know. Let me know if you guys would like to see more of those PCAPs. And I'm just showing y'all regular everyday people. Regular everyday people. Who wants to see some more? We got a 10-second delay, so I'm not going to see it for a second. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at another one. We'll look at the date. So David Jose didn't have a CPS case until 2017. Let's see what David Jose is. Let's see if David Jose helps people to do the unthinkable by God in his life. So right now we're going to look at another video. And what we're going to do is we're going to see somebody who was trying to figure out how to do some extra things in their life at the time. They had a kid. They wanted to get some business together. They didn't know me from Adam. They had their beautiful hot rod at a car show. I drove up and fell in love with their hot rod. It had a big block in it. I never had a big block. And they say they're going to let me hear the big block. But then the woman starts talking to me about cars and stuff. And then she finds out I do real estate. Now, if you guys look up here in the corner here, this video had 1,292 views. It was from February 7th, 2014. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to let this lady talk and let's see what David Jose wanted to teach her. Because from this woman's own understanding, she believed that she couldn't do real estate. She didn't have the money, didn't have the credit, didn't have a license, nothing. See, a lot of y'all say, Dave, well, how do you think we're going to change the nation if we don't have a lawyer's license and we never did this before and we're just nobodies? And David, they might not listen to us. How do you know, David, how to be successful and get us to the point where we can do things that we never thought we could do and nobody else believes we can do it? Could it possibly be that God was using me to raise people up in different areas for years? And I knew exactly how to bring success, exactly how to make you change your way of doing things and to take actions, not knowing what was going to happen and having faith in wisdom that God let you have. See, you don't have to use your own faith when I already know how God works. So then you can come in and you can borrow some of my faith and my knowledge and wisdom, and you ain't got to have a history. And I'm going to show you how this works. Watch. Hey, so this is David Jose, as you know me on Facebook. We have Big Block Ann here as we sit on top of her and her great boyfriend's Big Block car. And we're here to talk to you a little bit about the deal that Ann just did. So Ann, just tell us real quick, how long did it take you to do this deal?
Not long at all, actually. We contacted the guy, took a day or so, to get him going and got some contracts started. And within a week, about a total span of a week, days worth of work, we done deal.
All right, so done deal. It took 1 week. It took about a day's worth of work. So we spent a couple of hours going back and forth on the phone, dealing with buyers and sellers. She worked with someone who's already in my network to sell it to. She found a lead online for free. How much money did you spend?
None.
None. $0 out of pocket to get the leads. And we want to show you what you can do when you pay attention, you focus and do deals. And can you open up your nice paper purse, please? Okay, let's spread that out. Now, guys, real quick, notice that she spent $0 out of pocket. Now, in most businesses in the world, you have to have marketing money. So I already came up with a system to teach her how to get deals for free. She found deals and was able to get everything set up within a week of time. Notice this woman is not saying that somebody gave her the deals and she had some program that she paid thousands of dollars for, but most people go into business, right? And what happens when most people go into business is they have no history, but they'll spend a couple of $100,000 for a franchise. They will work for 2 years and expect to be broke for 2 years with no success. And they think this is good business. This woman was working with me for a week,
found deals, found people to sell the deals to that I knew already, and made money within a week with no overhead, with no debt, with no previous knowledge. Now, I'm not going to just say she had no previous knowledge. Let's hear her say it. Okay, guys, come look at this. Come close. You need to come close and see this. Once again, as we always say, I don't think there's any singles in here. I don't think there's any ones or anything like that or any 20s. Look, this is just a whole lot of $100 bills. Now, this is Ann. Ann, how much experience did you have before last week in real estate?
None whatsoever.
Zero experience. Have you ever paid for a school or went anywhere else? Are you an agent or anything like that?
Oh, not at all.
Do you have a big office, a cigar, and 6 yachts?
Nope.
No yachts, anything like that, no office. So guys, here you go. We have a champion right here. She went through, she kicked butt, knocked out a deal. Didn't take her very long. And everything that everybody tells you have to be able to make money, she didn't use. So take it from me. You could take a young person from Arizona, and she can listen and focus and do her thing, and she made money in 1 week. That's powerful. So once again, this is Big Block Ann here. You guys should want to friend her and try to bring some deals through her, because she is a monster. I'm just telling you. And I'm going to see if I can. I can't promise you, but I'm going to see if her boyfriend will turn on the Big Block Nasty Monster machine so you can hear it on the next video. So this is my gift to you guys. You get to see Big Block and Big Okay, y'all. So here is another situation where a woman had no experience. I never knew that I was going to have a CPS fight and have to lead people in the world to learn the law and have no experience with law and change the way that things work and do things against the government that was doing wrong. I never knew I was going to have to do that. But I did know that in real estate, I can research, find everything that was hidden in the world that very wealthy people use in order to be able to stand and do business techniques that most of the people in the world didn't know how to do. And when people look at me come to a real estate meeting, I would have cars that I would pay $1,000 for with a damaged engine, something. I would fix it up or whatever, get it ready, and I would drive that car around. You know, I had a Navigator that I bought for $1,300. It was sagging in the back. They didn't know how to fix it. They thought it was going to be $1,000 for the back shocks to build it back up. I just went and got the version of the shocks that were mechanical, using wisdom, put it back together, drove the snot out of the car, right? Kids loved it. And that car cost me less than $1,500 to $2,000. I drove that thing around. I had fun and was able to go to different nice places where we go up hills and stuff like that with a Navigator. And it was crazy because people who did real estate, who were driving Bentleys and all this stuff and nice, very nice cars, could not get their students to have a high success rate. So quickly, my name grew as one of the best coaches because I'll literally take you from doing nothing to doing massive action. That was the key. Massive, focused, and wise action that brought forth deals. And people are like, Dave, why are all your students winning and everybody else is struggling so bad? As a matter of fact, one dude that wrote a book with Donald Trump, and he also provided all of the knowledge that was used for Robert Kiyosaki's book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, which the cash flow quadrant, you'll actually find out is really made from a book by another guy. And what happens is when you're playing this cash flow game and you look at the cash flow quadrant, you wouldn't notice that my photographic memory, let me catch this, that the roles are switched between being an investor and self-employed. So the real guy who wrote the text that Robert Kiyosaki published in his book, I used to travel around the country moving properties with him. He had 200 properties. So I would go to, I know where all his properties are: North Carolina, Alabama, Phoenix, and Indiana. So there was about 50 properties in every state. Rich Dad, Poor Dad guy copied this from the guy who I actually work with. So I actually did lease options and seller financing over the portfolio that Kiyosaki's properties were in. People don't know this. People just think, oh, Dave is just some guy talking or whatever, blah, 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 blah. And my enemies are like, oh, Dave, you're just broke, this, that, blah, 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 blah. What they don't realize is I gave up a business where I made $30,000 a month in just one business, just one out of like the 7 I had. And what happened was I shut the business down because the people who were in the trafficking world who didn't want parents to tell about CPS started trying to locate where I would do transactions to have hitman kill me on the spot. So they would go look at all my ads on Facebook and try to find out where to kill me. And I got wind of it because people shared the PCAPs with me. So I knew they were waiting to kill me. Now I could have been silly and I could have came with a couple of, with a good number of people and came with some weapons too while they were trying to set me up. But that's just a waste of time when I'm trying to destroy. No, my partner is actually the guy who taught Robert Kiyosaki how to do real estate. So when you read the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, you believe that Robert Kiyosaki is the investor and that he has a rich dad in Hawaii. If there is a rich dude in Hawaii that did all this real estate, you would be able to find him. He don't exist. Rich Dad, Poor Dad is really a story about 7 men that Kiyosaki looked up to. And he mixed them together to make what he called a rich dad. Y'all won't know this. So when you look at one of the rich dads, he is the actual guy who holds the portfolio of Kiyosaki. I held that portfolio and moved the properties around the nation and just told you where they were. So a lot of times people think, nobody knows what David Jose did, right? Nobody knew. Like people would meet me and they'd be like, oh man, it seems like you got this fast car and this fast motorcycle. They see me with like a Hayabusa on nitrous. They see me with the like turbo cars and they're like, man, how'd you get this? Right. In Detroit, I drove around in one sports car that was really nice, drop top, super fast. And I had a Hayabusa with a built motor, chromed out. It was worth about 20 grand. I got it for 10 grand cash. And people would be like, man, what do you do? Whatever. And I'm like, oh, I'm just in business. I'm an investor, whatever. And nobody knew. So literally I could own a whole bunch of stuff around you. You would never know, for real. Right. So what ended up happening was, I'm just telling you what happened with Rich Dad, Poor Dad, my friend. If you want to go look at the cash flow quadrant, look at how the stuff is set up, you're going to see it's backwards. I'm just telling you what it is. If you do enough research and you want to find out who really taught Kiyosaki, he's one of the most unknown men in America that done more deals than anybody else. He's done over 2,000 deals as of almost 10 years ago. And that guy lives in Arizona. How would I know that? Right? I actually know exactly where his house is. I used to drop his kids off at school for him. So yeah, Robert Kiyosaki didn't tell the whole truth. You ain't got to believe me though. I'm just telling you what it is, if you do your research well enough, you'll see me at their boot camp events and you'll see me teaching the students how to close deals at the event. Nobody else could do it. So even the guy who was known as one of the #1 real estate guys in the country, he would ask another guy who was an investor and a marketer, hey, can you ask Dave if he could put together a program or he can show us how he gets people to close so quick? That's what he asked. So you also see when I left working with him, what ended up happening was he was offering me $45,000 a month to keep working with him. But I told them, listen, I'm self-employed. If you look at the top of my Facebook page, you'll see where it says certified unemployable. I only had a real job for 6 months in my entire adult life. I don't work for other people. And so when the guy had an argument where he disrespected one of the people I know, some of the people heard this story before, and I live by rules. So I told him, he came to me and he was on Facebook in front of everybody. He's like, Dave, please accept my Facebook request. And I was ignoring him. And I'm like, dude, I already told you, until you go make it right with this lady who's on our team, we're not talking. And so he's like, Dave, and everybody's like, Dave, this multi-millionaire, big, powerful dude is begging you to accept his friend request in front of everybody, and you're not doing it. Don't you know who this man is? I said, no, I don't give respect to men with all this powerful status if they disrespect the team. I don't deal with teams where people fake and front on each other. Your anus can go. I don't care how much money you got. So what happened was I never accepted his friend request. I never accepted the friend request. And we separated like that. He was offering me 45 G's a month. I didn't care, right? So I did another business with some people where people offered me $300,000 a month to turn over all my students to them and teach all of their students. But one of the guys was aggressive and mean. So I told him, no, we will not work together because I don't like your partner's attitude. And they're like, you're not going to take $300,000 a month. I don't give a freak about your $300,000 a month. How about that? Right? So people were looking like, what the freak is this? You know, who the freak is this dude? Right? But I live by principles. So God showed me when I was building up powerful people and doing business with really high name people, you know, high profile people in this nation, that you never get rid of your principles over somebody's money. That junk don't work. Right? So, you know, it is what it is. So the thing is, guys, so y'all see how I deal with people in the law world. We got certain people in the law world who got big names. They think they're something. And they're like, Dave, do you want to go on this guy's show? He's going to control how you do the law stuff, though, but you can go on the show. I'm like, screw his show. See, when you understand that God is giving you real wisdom and power and the ability to do things, it doesn't matter what some other man looks like, what he has. He can't equal your remedy because his remedy don't come from God. He don't know God. So all he can do is show his money. But when a problem comes, like, how do I keep my business open? He ain't got an answer. No attorney has an answer. See, when Josh brought me to a meeting with Ocean Mountainside Fitness in Arizona, Mountainside Fitness was shut down and was all on the news, and everybody was taking them to court and talking junk, and they were going through these expensive court battles. They were paying hundreds of thousands of dollars for attorneys. Me and Josh got together, met with them at one day. Then they got back with us and was like, look, we ready to move forward. Y'all want to move the entity into the private? Let's go. We did it. Now, no more news. Everybody witnessed them on the news getting dogged out and hammered in court. One day, we give out notice to the government, let them know what we're going to do and how our status is going to be. Game over. Josh Barnett saved the whole entity. They were in a deep issue, y'all. They were losing tons of money and could have went under. Josh Barnett saved them and brought me to come fix it. What if Josh Barnett was greedy as heck? Because Josh Barnett could have literally went to every gym in Arizona and said, look, I'll just take over your gym and I'll work it. And then I could have made it private and Josh could have took over the whole state. Josh wanted to help everybody. But I understand that the attorneys weren't going to give them remedy. The attorneys were hiding the truth. I understood that as a big business with all this money and all this power, they were going to be in trouble. Josh was like, Dave, drop everything you're doing and let's go on to Thursday and go see them at their main office. Right? I'm like, this Negro Josh, man, he always making me just do stuff. Right? You know, some days I want to live because I go through so much stress fighting, you know, but we saved that entity. We opened up 18 entities for them. And now you see that they opened their entity full-fledged. Government don't want no parts of them no more. Why? Why? Because the wisdom and knowledge that God has given. And nobody else in Arizona had the knowledge and wisdom to help them. Not one attorney, not one government official could stop what they were going over. Not one. Not one. And see, most people in the world today have been tricked to not believe God. And so when they want to get big remedy like God has given me, what happens is, because they hate God so much, low key, what happens is they can't have what they need because they really they really can't find the source of wisdom because they don't want to accept God. They want to live their own way. And they know if they come to God, they got to listen to God, and they don't want to listen. So they will ignore remedy because they hate God and wonder why God ain't giving them what they want. It's hilarious. They're like, look, I don't want to serve a God that's going to make me do what he wants me to do. He don't make you do nothing. You can serve him or you not. You don't have to. He still lets you live and breathe his air. But don't get mad when you don't get the victory you want, when wisdom comes from God and you don't like him. You want to be a hater. See, this is how that guy Michael was. You want to get wisdom from David Straight, but hate on David Straight at the same time. You want to be a big dog. You want to be a freaking boss, but you want to hate on those people who taught you how to stand. And you wonder why you can't get remedy because you're hating on the source of the remedy that God blessed you with. You ain't willing to put in the work to get the wisdom to study. Now I'm going to show y'all how God wants it. Watch this, y'all. He that getteth wisdom loveth his own soul. He that keepeth understanding shall find good. You want to know how to have success, how to find good. You want to know how God is allowing David Jose to get all these victories? Because David Jose meditated in God's word day and night. When I was going through my fight with CPS, I would study the law and the Bible for sometimes 14, 15 hours a day and meditated on it while I'm blessing my kids, while I'm lifting them up, while I'm teaching them. And people thought, oh, Dave will never have what he wants. God can't help you in court. God can't help you figure stuff out. You'll never be able to do what we could do in the law, Dave. This is what people said to me. And I laughed at them. I said, oh, you must not know God. God ain't gonna help you, David. God ain't helping you in court. God ain't gonna teach you nothing, David. You got to go to law school like me to be something. And if you don't do what I do, Dave, it ain't gonna happen for you. And then they got mad because I said, listen, I don't want to go to your law school. I don't need you to learn. I will prosper by God. And they laughed. Ho, 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 ho. Who is your God and where can we find him? What's his email address? Oh, baby. I'm going to let y'all see how God says it. See, because those who mocked God and wanted me to learn from them, I said, I will not learn from you because you are a hater of God and you mock him and you scorn him. I will not stand at the feet of you, you sinner who hates God. I will go my own way and let God teach me and wait on him. Let me help you all to see. They wanted to kill me and destroy me for years. But look at what the word says in Psalm 1. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly. I'm not going to sit here and learn from you if you're ungodly, hating on my God. Get the freak out of here. God will lead me to real remedy and truth. Do you not know for years God has taught me things that the world did not know and let me have blessings because of him? Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful, but his delight is in the law of the Lord. And in his law doth he meditate day and night. When I have my little guys in the middle of the biggest struggle of my life, I studied the law and I studied the Bible day and night. And I meditated on it. And God started to show me what his law was, what common law was, what was fair and unfair. And he brought me to be something that I could have never been without him. Look at verse 3. You want to know how to have real success and be a beast? And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water. You're going to be sturdy. You're going to be well fed. You're not going to be thirsty when you wait on God and you meditate on him day and night, watch this. What is God going to let you do when you live this type of life? He's going to give you victory in his time. Watch this. That bringeth forth his fruit in his season. God is going to let you bring forth fruit as a sturdy tree. Nobody's going to be able to understand how you're doing it. They're going to say, David, how are you winning in real estate? It must be fake. How are you winning in the law? It must be fake. There's no way anybody can do this. Watch this, y'all. Watch this. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doth shall prosper. You wondering why I'm winning all over the nation and all these different cases and all this business and all these things, why God is teaching me the law like nobody else knows, why there's no attorney, no judge, no government official who can walk in my face and get that work. None of them can do it because God has given it to me and he's making whatever I do prosper. You know why me and Josh were able to open up all the businesses? Because God was making everything we do prosper. You know why we're getting mandates knocked down? God is making everything I do prosper. You know why I was able to get people money in business and help them live and change and grow and prosper? Because my whole business was based off of no negativity, no scorning, no hating of God, but teaching them the things that God showed without them even knowing that I was teaching them how to be a Christian. This is the real work. Now, we got all these big name ungodly people going around the land who can't get a bit of remedy. Why? Number 4, the ungodly are not so, but are like the chaff which the wind driveth away. We got people going all over the world doing court cases, trying to get victory, talking about all this stuff they know, all this stuff they do, how powerful they are, and no remedy. We got rallies going on, 30, 40, 50,000 people, no remedy. And then we take one person who trusts God and get with some other people who trust God. And look at all the people laughing at God, and we're getting victory with regular people all over the place. And they don't know why. How is it that David is doing this? Maybe we should get his notices and it's going to work for us. Anybody got the password to David's notices? Oh my gosh, right? It is funny, right? Right? See, they don't know how these victories are happening. They don't understand that God has put some fire into me. It ain't about me. It ain't about me. David is nothing. But we got people who laugh at me. We got people who laugh at me. And they say, David, you can't deal with this guy. You can't deal with that guy. If this guy comes on your show, he's going to talk bad about you and he's going to make you lose. I'm like, whatever. Right? I know how to make everything I do prosper. I don't give a freak about what you're talking about. I'm going to show y'all something. Show y'all something. See, a lot of people don't want to be up under God's hand because God corrects you. God will drop some fire on you and make you learn and grow. And people are afraid of the chastising of the Lord, but God chastens those who he loves. And when God does that, you become better. He starts to prune you. He gets the wicked people out of your life. He gets the wicked things in you out of your life. He does surgery on you and makes you better. When you give the first of everything you got to God, you give your offering to God first. There's wisdom and benefit that comes with it. And the wicked don't understand what's happening. I'm going to show y'all something. Verse 9. This is Proverbs chapter 3. Honor the Lord with thy substance and with the first fruits of all thine increase. When God gives to you, give him his portion of what you're going to give to him first. Every time I touch anything, the money for God goes first. What does God promise to do? So shall thy barns be filled with plenty, and thy presses shall burst out with new wine. My son, despise not the chastening of the Lord when the Lord get on your head. Neither be weary of his correction. If he corrects you, chill and be patient and take it. 12, for whom the Lord loveth, he correcteth, even as a father, the son in whom he delighteth. Happy. Happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding. For the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver, and the gain thereof than fine gold. See, everybody's trying to figure out how to get silver and gold. I don't give a freak about getting silver and gold. I want the wisdom and understanding, because in getting wisdom and understanding, I'll get the gold and the silver. Watch this, 15. She is more precious than rubies, and all the things thou canst desire are not to be compared unto her. There's people fighting in the law movement who are looking for wealth and riches, looking for a big name, but not looking for the wisdom. I spend days and nights by God seeking wisdom. Seeking wisdom. And people understand that some reason there's a difference, but they don't know what it is. Verse 16, length of days is in her right hand, and in her left hand riches and honor. Her ways are the ways of pleasantness, and all her paths are peace. She is a tree of life to them that lay hold upon her, and happy is everyone that retaineth her. The Lord by wisdom hath founded the earth. By understanding hath he established the heavens. By his knowledge the depths are broken up, and the clouds drop down dew. My son, let not them depart from thine eyes. Keep sound wisdom and discretion. So shall they be life unto thy soul and grace to thy neck. See, a lot of people want me to fall and die and perish. The people who I'm killing their trafficking business. But what does God say? Then shalt thou walk in thy way safely, and thy foot shall not stumble. When thou liest down, thou shalt not be afraid. Yea, thou shalt lie down, and thy sleep shall be sweet. Be not afraid of sudden fear, neither of the desolation of the wicked when it cometh. For the Lord shall be thy confidence, and shall keep thy foot from being taken. You want to know why they don't kill me? You want to know why they hate me and they have threatened to take my life for 4 years? And it has not happened? Because the Lord is my guide. The Lord is my strength. I should be dead in the physical. People are not ready for this level of real world stuff that is led by the Spirit if they think they're going to destroy what God has for me. It's hilarious. I sit back and laugh. God laughs too. Right? I'm going to tell y'all, there has been so much victory, and God has allowed me to do things that people said is not possible. And I enjoy the challenge. I enjoy the fight. And I don't believe there's anybody in the world who's going to come and bring the fight to me to defeat what God can do. I don't think there's anybody. I'm just being real, straight like that. I'm just being real. I'm just being real. See, a lot of people can talk stuff. A lot of people can tell you what they do and what they know and all this stuff. Very few gonna come and show you with other people what they've done. It's not gonna happen like that. So when people talk junk to me about what I can and what I cannot do, I laugh. I say, good, bring it. Test me. Because I'll take regular old people and do things that you can never do. I know you can't do it, but I'll do it right in front of your face. I love the test. See, for years, I had people say what was not possible, what I couldn't do. David, you'll never help people. You're just a black dude from the ghetto. You ain't nothing. You don't even drive a nice car. You don't have a Bentley or a Ferrari. And I'm like, well, let's go ahead and do a contest in front of everybody. I'll get students that's regular people. You get your high class students. And then what we'll do is we'll test your students against my students, and we'll see who can close the most deals in front of everybody. Nobody really ever wanted that bet. I'm like, yeah, let's scrutinize you, big name guy, who everybody knows, and see how smart you are when it comes to helping other people. You can collect a lot of money and people know your name for what you've been able to do in the past. Let's see how many lives you're going to change if you say I can't, right? And I show you guys the PCAPs. So I want to show you another PCAP of a lady who learned to do some real estate from other people and some business, right? And I'm going to show y'all how real life works. I'm a nothing and a nobody. It doesn't matter what I say I do. Let's see some more PCAPs. Let's see some more PCAPs. These are people from all over the country as well. So we got a 10-second delay. So I'm gonna wait until the screen pops up and then we can go and check out what this woman has to say. I forgot what all she said. So we're gonna see. Let's see.
Hey, this is Tanya Rochelle. Just wanted to take a moment to do a quick testimonial to tell you about the coaching that I've been receiving from Coach Dave Jose. I currently have the medical commodities coaching and the real estate coaching. Now, about 8 months ago is when I started with the medical commodities. As soon as I started following the process, I started making money immediately. Also, with the real estate coaching, I followed the system step by step. I started getting leads in consistently, quickly, that I did not have to put a lot of money into, like I was doing previously, spending $1,000 a month on leads. I no longer do that. So I've been getting a consistent flow of leads and closing several deals monthly. So if you haven't gotten Coach Dave's coaching, you need to get it. If you're struggling in business, then you need a coach. And that would be my advice. And once again, my name is Tanya Rochelle, and I approve this message. Take care.
Okay, y'all. So here it is. More PCAPs about what Dave Jose has done. Now, a lot of people laugh at me and they tell me, you know, Dave, it doesn't matter what you know, unless you have this type of house and you drive this type of car, what you say means nothing. But over and over again, we see people's psychology changing. What ends up happening is they find out that it does not take money to make money. They're broke, or they got a little bit of money, or they've been spending thousands of dollars a month, and then they realize, I don't have to spend thousands of dollars a month to get leads. I can start off with nothing and get leads. See, guys, when you're really understanding how to do business, you start realizing that when you look at Starbucks, for instance, if I asked you, how do you know if Starbucks is in a good day of making money? Most of you are going to think about it and you're going to say, well, if it's busy. So if a lot of people in Starbucks with cash in their hand ready to pay, you realize Starbucks is doing good business. Most people think that having a good business is getting an office or getting a storefront, having all this money paid in advance, taking out loans up the wazoo, spending a couple of $100,000 for a franchise up to 500 a million, and then letting the business come back and give you something back. Usually it takes 2 years or more for you to get money back and actually be in the green. So you're really living in debt. Another person again says, look, I didn't have to spend all that money to get leads. I actually stopped paying all this money. So they started learning how to use their brain to get leads that didn't cost them money or very little. Totally different idea, right? And these people are making crazy money. Now, I'm gonna let y'all see another guy who's a black dude from the hood. He used to play football for Eastern Michigan, I think it was University, which was kind of like one of our rivals, right? Our biggest enemy was Western Michigan when I played football in college. I'm going to let you see this guy. He used to work designing airports. In recent history, this guy, a couple of years back, he was able to buy his own house for his family cash. He was able to buy a winter snowplow truck to be able to do snow plowing. He bought his family a new van, and he was able to take care of everything for his life. But he started with me paying $500 to join a coaching that I had. And I'm gonna let you guys see this gentleman speak. Now, this gentleman came off of the internet, didn't know me from Adam. As a matter of fact, he's like, David, how do I know this is not a scam? I'm like, dude, you freaking came to me. I didn't come to you. You heard about me from everybody else. You heard the PCAPs. Somebody told you that there was a dude in the ghetto, right? Or from the ghetto, who was teaching people how to do business and make money you ain't never seen before. So in February 2017, 1 month after CPS tried to invade my life and started with their garbage, this gentleman is going to tell about testimony of what happened with him in his life. This ain't me saying it. This is him. So let's see what this gentleman has to say about how I helped him in his life.
Hey guys, check this out. Coach Leonard here. My wife and I have been in this business.
Oh, wait, he also became a coach. He started teaching other people how to do business after he met me, but he was saying, David, I wonder if this is a scam. Watch this.
For about 16 months, and it has been a phenomenal ride. We reached out to Dave October 2015. In our very first month, we did considerably well, for a new opportunity. I think we did like $4,000 or something like that. Well, now, 16 months.
So everybody needs to hear this. His first month, he didn't say I started out $2,000 in debt. I think he said he did $3,000 or $4,000 in his first month. Now look at this. So he's coming, he meets me. He has no idea about this business. He has no idea how to make good dough. And he just did a good amount of money in his first month. Most people who are dealing with life today don't make that in 1 month. But let's listen.
Later, and we did considerably well, for a new opportunity. I think we did like $4,000 or something like that. Well, now, 16 months later, and a business that did 300, just about 300K. What can you say? You have the right opportunity, the right people, and you're in God's hands. The word says, if you're in God's hands, who can pluck you out? No one. So God's going to give you the things that's necessary for you to prosper. He's going to put the right people in your life so you can prosper, and He's going to put you in the right opportunity. You don't have to go out here and do anything crazy or illegal. Just trust God and trust the people that God sends you. And Coach Dave is a phenomenal guy, and he follows as God directs, and he takes on those individuals whom God directs him to take on. And we really appreciate him. My family appreciate him, my wife, my children. We really appreciate him very dearly. He's a great guy, and we look forward to continue building with him in the future. Excellent opportunity, excellent coaching, good solid information amongst wholesome people, good wholesome people. And we're very grateful. So Coach Leonard signing off, and I'm looking to do something big in 15 minutes. All right, talk to y'all soon. Take care. Peace.
Okay, y'all. So here we go again. This is a gentleman raised up in the hood, played college football, started designing airports, tells how he has a business that did $300,000 in 16 months, right? So I don't give a freak about what people have to say about me when I know what I can do, right? And other people will tell exactly what the freak has happened for them. Now, I have not shown a lot of people this part of my life. I just teach people to law stuff. I mind my own business. I don't mess with nobody. I don't try to compete with other people unless they want that smoke and they can get it. Right? Other than that, I don't need to compete with anybody else because I'm totally stable in what God has made me. I don't care what everybody else can drive their Bentleys. Everybody else can say they're the biggest law person in the world. Everybody can go stroke each other's ego. I don't give a freak about all that because I know what God has allowed me to do. And I'm not worried about hating on another man. If somebody does something good, I love it. If somebody does something good, I want them to be successful. And so you guys look and you're wondering, like, how in the world is David helping people to do this law stuff? It got to be a hoax. It can't be real. He didn't go to law school. I'm showing y'all exactly what the freak goes on. I'm showing y'all exactly what happens, right? People usually believe that stuff is not possible. They have doubt. They don't have faith. They don't understand God. And I meet them in their place of struggle and teach them how to believe. And on top of that, I teach them how to do certain things that will bring forth success quickly. So when you guys start doing affidavits and notices and you see things start changing, you're like, oh, shucks, look. First, you're like, what if they don't listen to me? What if it doesn't work? What if they laugh at me? What if they this? I'm like, can you stop talking about what if and just take some action, please? Either you're here to fight or you want to go home. Which one is it? And people are like, Dave is just being so rough with us. No, I'm trying to teach you to stop thinking all the time and start doing. Big difference. There's a lot of people who want to go around, right? There's a lot of people who want to go around and talk about, let's think about this, let's powwow. Ask Josh Barnett what I feel about all these freaking meetings. When people are like, let's just meet together and talk about what we're going to do. I'm like, bruh, what's your plan? Are you ready to take some action like today or next week or Friday, right? If it's Friday, you ready to take some action by Tuesday. If not, y'all go talk and I'll catch y'all later. I don't give a freak about all these meetings and everybody hanging around with each other. I don't give a freak about that. I don't care about who has the biggest name. I don't care about who got the most money. I don't care about who did this and did that. I don't give a freak, okay? So I'm all about massive action and let's do stuff that let's do stuff that works. And if you're not ready to do stuff that works, I really don't want to play, right? I don't like that. And so I understand that we could talk about a whole lot, but I understand that the thing that's going to give you success and make you feel better is when you start taking action and have some victory. I know it might hurt that they stole your kids. I know it might hurt that they won't let you go visit your relative. But if we talk about that all day, you're standing in the position of a victim and what they did to you. I want you to get into the fight and start seeing what it feels like when you come at them. And then when you start coming at them, it starts to change. Because see, they've never been used to anybody going in on them. They've never been used to anybody taking massive action. When your family has laughed at you because you struggled and you were poor or this happened and that happened, they thought it was cute because you were down. So I don't want to talk about everything they did to you when you were down. I want you to change your mentality and not be down anymore. So I want you to realize that you're going to take action that's going to make massive change. The very first bit of change you get is going to change your heart. You are going to realize that you do have a voice. When you put out ads, when you do those things that are right, you're going to have benefits that's going to come. And then you're going to realize I can actually do something to make change. I don't have to just sit here and cry. And what happens is when you do things that change your life and you realize you put out an ad and somebody responded, right? It's like Starbucks when they got a lot of people in there. You put out an ad and a lot of people emailing you or messaging you back means that you got a lot of customers. You didn't have to pay $1 million for them. You went where they were. But what ends up happening is you become better and better. And you realize when I take an action, I expect something to come back. When I plant a seed, something happens. When I plant another seed, something else happens. So you start planting a whole bunch of seeds and then money just start coming in. Oh, shoot. life start changing, laws start changing, government officials start acting different. They want to talk to you on the phone. As a matter of fact, I forgot I got a call today with some government officials in the state. Let me make sure I'm not talking too long. Okay, it's only 10 o'clock. That's good. Okay, so the thing is that you start realizing when you do something, something happens. So I want to talk to you guys about another gentleman I did business with who is a member of my church in another state. And he saw me on a group where I was teaching the Bible and I was going against scholars with the Bible. And he saw me fighting the scholars, but then as he watched my page, he saw I was doing business too, and we started talking. So I'm gonna let you guys see him. Let me know when y'all get tired of watching these. It's going to take a little delay, guys. We get like a 10-second delay. So I'm watching one device and it hasn't popped up for me yet. But on the other device, it's already up. So once it pops up, we'll know we're good. I just touched the button just now. So, well, I've been talking about it, but it's just showing I touched the button on my other device. So we're that far behind. So now it's ready to go. All right, so here we go. Dave Jose again with you with Tyler. He's a monster. I just heard his phone go. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. This is a video with multiple people. So these are a couple of people who are young people. I didn't know Tyler was 17. I thought Tyler was an older guy because he was in the hot rod world. Didn't know that he was actually, y'all gonna see actually Tanya on this one too. You're gonna see another guy called Rossio. I forgot I made this video from multiple people. So please forgive me. I didn't try to do this on purpose. But let's see what these people have to say. Ching ching. So I'm telling you, I heard that for real. I wish I could have caught it on video. I want y'all to see what a day looks like with Dave. All right, so here it is. We're chilling at Starbucks. Oh, I'm sorry, it's an hour. See, it's not even a day with Dave. But see, we're sitting here at Starbucks. Look, we're sitting up here drinking drinks or whatever and chilling. Look at this. We ain't hungry, Smokey. Look at that. Oh my gosh, dude is a hustler. He's a monster. So he did like somewhere near there yesterday or day before yesterday time, I can't remember, and now he does it again today. So like I don't think it's a fluke. Like I think this young man is just going to continue to just keep making huge, like whopping amounts of money. I mean, for real, like it's just like that.
Hey everybody, this is Joe. I just want to talk to you about Coach Dave and his coaching. So I was introduced to Dave a while back, and he's my brother in Christ, and that was the beginning of our relationship. But then, in talking to him, he shared with me this business opportunity regarding medical commodities. When I first heard it, I'm thinking, medical commodities, diabetic testers, what are you talking about, man? So he shared with me, and I'm thankful that he did. He shared with me this opportunity, and what ended up happening is over the next 4 months, from hearing that, over the next 4 months, I made $9,300. But here's the thing. This is not my full-time job. This is something I do on the side. And $9,300 on the side, spending about 1 or 2 hours a week. And things have been ramping up. So this month, in September, I'm looking to cross the $5,000 threshold in 1 month. So I'm really excited about that. But I can tell you this, that 4 months ago, I was not making $9,300, and it was 100% with the guidance of Coach Dave.
If you have any amount of get up and go in your body, this is the business for you, because it doesn't require much of it. I mean, any amount, the smallest amount of get up and go, you can be successful at this business. Listen, Coach Dave will give you all the tools you need to do whatever you dream, whatever you want to accomplish. If you want to make
guys, I forgot about this part. This really hit me hard because I didn't realize he said this and I forgot about it, but emotionally it just tore me up. Because this is the time when God was preparing me to build big groups of people to do whatever they wanted to do in business. But notice he says, David Jose will give you the tools to do whatever you dream of, whatever you want to do. He knows my spirit and how I am. He knows that when I find a problem, I'll go at it with everything I got and destroy it and come up with principles and ideas to kill whatever's in your freaking way. So hearing him say this just hit me in my heart and brought tears to my eyes because I realized what God did, and it just hit me so hard. God was preparing me to fight a battle and letting me help other people in big groups, keeping away negativity, helping people to focus on courage and faith rather than what they don't have. And now I'm fighting in the CPS world and destroying things in there, and fighting in the law world and destroying wickedness in there. But it's so deep what he just said, because that is exactly what God has done. So let's see more.
An extra $1,000 this month, he'll give you the tools. If you want to make an extra $5,000 this month, he'll give you the tools. If you want to make a whopping $15,000, $20,000 this month, or within a 30-day period is what I'm saying, he'll give you the tools. Listen, 16 months ago, we started this business. Our very first month, we netted $4,000, right? And I can tell you more than a couple times, in 2016, we netted over $40,000. We didn't have 1 month in 2016 that was lower than $12,000. We had an amazing year listening to Coach Dave's steps.
Hey, this is Tanya Rochelle. Just wanted to take a moment to do a quick testimonial to tell you about the coaching that I've been receiving from Coach Dave Jose. I currently have the medical commodities coaching and the real estate coaching. Now, about 8 months ago is when I started with the medical commodities. As soon as I started following the process, I started making money immediately. Also, with the real estate coaching, I followed the system step by step. I started getting leads in consistently, quickly, that I did not have to put a lot of money into, like I was doing previously, spending $1,000 a month on leads. I no longer do that. So I've been getting a consistent flow of leads and closing several deals monthly. So if you haven't gotten Coach Dave's coaching, you need to get it. If you're struggling in business, you need a coach. And that would be my advice. And once again, my name is Tanya Rochelle, and I approve this message.
Today, February 6th, what is it?
Now, guys, this is funny right here. This is another guy who had a Mustang. I met him in the car world. This dude had a full beard and was in the car world with a Mustang that I guess his parents got for him. And I did not know that he was a kid. So this dude came to me and wanted to learn. He was 17 years old, and we started calling him Dr. Rossio because he was so surgical in making money. So I'm going to let you guys see this guy because he started doing business and started killing it. I'm like, he said to me one day, man, I gotta go back to school or something. I said, how many credit hours are you taking? Thinking he was in college, right? This dude said, what? Credit hours? What's that? I said, your college credits. He's like, dude, I'm in high school. I said, what? Watch this. This is hilarious.
Afternoon, like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, but we are here. This is just half day today. Still got a lot more to go. We just stay eating all day, every day. That's all we do.
Stack master.
That's all we do. That's how we do it.
Okay, y'all. So once again, guys, real everyday people. Rossio he is a Hispanic brother from Phoenix. Met me at a car show and ended up doing business, as you see. Just a kid, A lot of people will tell you what is not possible. A lot of people will tell you that it's going to be too hard for you. A lot of people are going to tell you what you cannot do. But for me, I've always been a guy who just says, I don't give a darn what's coming against me. I don't give a darn what's happening. I'm going to get out here and fight and take things to the next level. And, I've taken people who were adults, taken people who were kids. It didn't matter what age group it was. I remember one young lady, she took my coaching. Her dad was in the hot rod movement. I like the hot rods. And what ends up happening is she does the coaching and she starts making money. This girl is a 17-year-old as well. It's funny. She used to hang around with the gentleman who I just showed you guys, Tyler. Tyler was able to build a turbo car, a whole twin turbo engine over a summer with one of the businesses I taught him. And then, it's crazy because he's 17 years old. The lady we're talking about, we call her Turbo Courtney, right? Because she, her dad builds turbo Beetles and stuff like that, like Volkswagen Bugs. And it's hilarious because she's a kid too. And I forgot about some of these people. I'm going back in my life and I'm just looking at things that I shared that the deep state, when they wanted to come after me, they realized that they need to shut down any way of making money. They need to shut down business. They need to go to all your contacts and say dirty stuff that they never proved. But they did stuff like that. And, I'm letting y'all see how the real world works. I literally dropped a lot of success and business and wealth in my life because I realized there was a necessity to fight this battle against the deep state, against people who were stealing kids. I had to do it. And so now you can see a little glimpse into what my life is like. I don't live a life where I try to be luxurious and buy everything in the world. My preacher, he'll tell you guys, David doesn't buy suits and all that stuff because he wants to make sure the people in the church eat. If something happens, they got money to pay their rent. He'll tell that David is one of the most consistent, big givers that he has ever seen. He'll tell you. So I want you guys to see Turbo Courtney. Here we go.
Okay, so this is Coach Dave here. Your businessman on Facebook. You see I'm a little wet. I actually just had my car get hit by freaking lightning a little bit ago. It actually made me grin my teeth so hard that I thought I felt some of my teeth in my mouth like grinding and
this is
chipping,
real stuff, y'all.
I guess it wasn't that bad, but my car got hit by lightning or whatever. One of my people were on the way to come do some business. It was pretty crazy. But here we have Turbo Courtney. We y'all know her from the hot rod world. Her dad has a lot of cars and hot rods, and her brother's in the hot rod world, but she's been getting busy on business, knocking stuff out, and today she spent a little bit of time making money like you guys saw with Tyler, but we're doing it kind of big in Phoenix. All right, so we're gonna just take a little bit of time to see what she did, and she's gonna tell us how much time she spent. We're gonna like check out her cash, see what she got going on over here. All right, let's go. Turbo Courtney, what you got?
Alright, so we got $240.
All right.
It took me 2 hours. Not much, but we did it.
How old are you?
17.
All right, this girl is 17 and she's killing them. See, so for all the guys who hate and act like, it might not work and you're in a car world and you're going to your job for like 100 hours a day. All right, so she's getting money. Is that real money? Let's see. Let's count.
Yeah, I know it's real money.
Yeah,
ready? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, which is $240.
Okay, so you don't look hungry. Like you look like you just getting money or whatever. Like you're not struggling.
No, I'm not struggling.
Not struggling. All right, so that's an easy day for you.
Easy day.
Easy day. All right, cool. So you got it from Turbo Courtney. See, now some people hating whatever, they didn't want to get involved or whatever. So I'm not gonna let you get involved. I'm just gonna bypass you, leave it alone, because I got some young people that are some monsters out here just kicking butt. Just making hundreds of dollars a day. Like it's nothing. Easy money, couple hours a day. Hey, no big deal. But there you go once again, Coach Dave with Turbo Courtney, making things happen. All right, so keep your eyes open. This girl is gonna be a superstar. I'm telling y'all.
Do the math.
All right.
Do the math.
Yeah, and do the math. All right, now catch y'all later.
Okay, y'all. So once again, we have a situation where we have a young person who did business. She made more money in a day than most grown people, right? She didn't have any bills. She was just a kid. And so, this is how life goes. This is real life. There's a lot of people who are struggling right now. There's a lot of people who don't understand that they're trying to destroy your ability to make wealth. And that should be scary for some of y'all. Some people don't focus that much in their life. They're just waiting for things to get better. They're not taking action to make sure things get better. I don't believe in living that way. I believe that it is better to try to do the things that God gives you the permission and ability to do. And I believe that it's better to build up wealth for your family, for your kids, for your kids' kids. I don't believe that God made us to struggle and be in pain because we're not doing anything. I believe that God gives us the power to get wealth. I don't think that God promises everybody they're going to be filthy rich. I don't think that's what it's about. I believe that God wants us to be responsible and take care of those who need help. I believe that God wants us to be able to have some money laid up so that if something happens, you can help others. I believe that God wants us to be able to give. I believe God is super good. What I understand is that, where I'm from in the ghetto, there's a lot of people who were not taught how to balance a checkbook. They were not taught how to do business. They were not taught how to gain wealth. What they were taught is you go to school, you get a good job and get you some good overtime. So you have families, you spend most of your time away from your family. Your kids spend most of their time in school. Y'all don't know each other. Your kids hit 14, 15. They're crazy because they've learned from other people who told them that they're smarter than you as their parents. So we get to a point where they've been going to school 8 hours a day, every single day, Monday through Friday. And then you get to a time when they're older and you're like, where did you get this way from? What happened to you? And we forget about the fact that they're learning from other people in government how to be servants to the government. They are just to be tax producers. That's all they're to be. Enough knowledge to do a simple job and no more. Because it is not about the people being free. They want to make a cashless society. They want to make it where they can look into your bank account and see if you can get $600 so they can try to take it from you. They're trying to break you and stop you from being free. And the thing is, that's just one part of it. Some of you guys are afraid of not having anything. I seen one couple on Facebook who the wife was asking for help for her husband, which we didn't notice that help other federal agents save their jobs. She didn't listen. She went to a group of people who were in some assembly thing, and they seemed to just keep playing with her and not give her any remedy or any help. And I'm just like, listen, I'm not going to force anybody to take remedy. You do what you feel like you want to do. If we can help you, we will bless you by God. But if you don't want to, I don't force you, because God don't even force you. That's crazy. But this woman, I think her husband lost his job, and now they're trying to figure out what to do for money. And the thing is you can stand up and start building up yourself and make sure you have your finances together so that when the deep state tries to destroy the monetary system or try to destroy jobs, and that's how they're doing it, they're killing jobs and opportunities, laying people off. They came out with this essential garbage. That's their pipe dream. Because if they can stop you from building wealth, they can make wealth when you lose everything. So when properties start going into foreclosures, people are like, David, it's the devil if you buy properties that are going into foreclosure. Well, first of all, most of the properties that are going into foreclosure are people who never cared about what God said about wisdom. They lived their life the way they wanted to. They were able to go drink and party. Some of them were able to go cheat on their spouse. Some of them were people who just didn't care about doing what was right. They didn't give a freak about the wisdom of God. And they lived bad lives, most of them. And when you get to the point where you have lived bad lives, sometimes God lets things happen where the wealth that you have so deliciously enjoyed, if God's people are ready, God allows his people to take the wealth that he stored up for you. Now, a lot of people are going to say, David, that's not true. God would never do that. The Bible doesn't say that. Because most people don't study the Bible who say what the Bible said. They're like, the Bible said, David, God don't want you to judge. I'm like, dude, did you read the whole chapter? Did you read the whole chapter? Watch this. I'm gonna show y'all some fire. Oh yeah, I'm gonna show that word, hater vlog. Is that hater vlog? Like hater vlog? Here's some word for you right here. Hater vlog. Proverbs 13, 21 through 23. I'll wait for my screen to pop up so you can see it. And I understand that most people will say, I can't believe that is in the Bible, or David, show me proof, because I don't believe you. And that's good. I believe everybody should show proof. Here we go. Evil pursueth sinners, but to the righteous good shall be repaid. A good man leaveth an inheritance for his children's children. See, a lot of people worried about just making money for themselves. The Bible says a good man leaveth an inheritance for his children's children. If you're going to leave an inheritance for your children's children, you probably should start learning how to do something to build wealth. Maybe, right? And then it says, and the wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just. Much food is in the tillage of the poor, but there is that which is destroyed for want of judgment. See, you don't have enough judgment to start getting wisdom to understand how to build in your life. And there's much food that you have, but you never tilled the land. So because you didn't cultivate what God already gave you and you didn't learn wisdom and understanding, you're dealing in poor because you never gain. You're dealing in poorness and in despair because you have never gained wisdom or judgment. So you got much food right in there, but you never tilled the land. So there you go. So the Bible tells us the wealth of the wicked is laid up for the righteous. Now, some people might not like that it says that, but that's what it says. So if God tells us that he has, it works anywhere, you're in a common law land, Aussie land, and you can do deals in other countries as well. Nothing is stopping you. You got a computer. If you can be on this video, you could be making money on deals from around the country. Around the world. So the thing is, guys, people laugh and they don't believe what is said because their level of wisdom doesn't allow them to understand what is happening in many cases. So the truth is, guys, you're foolish if you allow the wicked to give you permission to be what God has made you to be. Most people are not going to understand how to do the things that God has given you the permission to already do. It's not going to happen. If you're going to wait for somebody to give you permission to do what God gave you to do, you're missing out in your life. If you're waiting for somebody to tell that it is okay for you to do things that God already told you in the Bible you could do, you're going to miss out. See, I'm not saying something about, oh, this is a be rich gospel. I don't say that. I don't give a freak about some fake be rich gospel. I'm saying that God tells that he lays up the wealth of the wicked for the righteous. Did he say it? Yes or no? Did he say it? Yes or no? See, 6 years ago, I started to explain to people how you have so much baggage about what happened in your past, about what you think is true, about what you think is possible. And it causes for you to have a situation where you look at what it is that you have suffered through. And you are not allowed to move forward and get what God has for you because you're bound by what you couldn't do or what happened or what's in your past, what's in your history. You're trying to get to the top, but you're letting people judge what you should be able to do. You trying to let people give you permission. You trying to do all these different things, but you're holding all the failures, all the bull from the past, and you're letting that make determinations in your life. Guys, you can't fake wisdom. You can't. As soon as you start talking a lot, foolishness gonna come out. Can't fake. So I'm going to show you guys stuff from my past where you see me giving wisdom. This is not a new thing for me. This ain't something that God didn't prepare me for. I'm showing you what God has given me over time to help you to deal with this. Let's watch. And we're just waiting for the video to pop up. Like I said, it's always a 10-second delay. So let's see. Okay, I'm getting ready to push the button in the second video now. So I already did it, but I had to wait 10 seconds. So the screen is going to change in about 2 seconds. And then here we go. Let's go. So this is Dave from Facebook, getting with you a little for a little while, just to talk to you a little bit about success and really getting to where you need to go. And, you know, one thing I've realized is that there's a ton of people screaming that they want success. They want to do something big. They want to go to the mountaintops. They want to, you know, do powerful things and be on top of the game. You know, that's the kind of stuff they say. But I want to let you know something. You know, when you look at the things that are going on in business with people, and you look at the things that they say that they want to do, you'll find that many people could go to the mountaintop, but they're full of sabotage when it comes to what they do in their business. And so my message today has to do with going to the mountaintop, but more so than just going to the mountaintop, we got to realize that it's not about just going to the mountaintop. It's about going to the mountaintop as quickly as possible and getting rid of those things that hold us back. And so, you know, when we look at people who will say that they want to do business, say that they want to generate income, say that they want to do all these things, but they're still trying to hold on to things that will not help them to get there. They still want their, you know, cake, and they want to eat it too. They want to be able to relax and do nothing and be able to generate income. They want to be able to use their same old ideas that cause them to fall into the spot where they are right now. But they say they want to move forward. And I'm going to tell you something. If you're trying to go to the mountaintop, you can't do it with that sled on your back. If you're trying to go stay on the mountaintop, you don't need a sled to slide back down. Once again, I'm going to say, if you're trying to stay at the mountaintop, you don't need that sled on your back. You know, I look at a lot of the people who come to me saying they want to do business, they want to make money, they want to do this and they want to do that. But then you give them an opportunity to see things in a different way. See, if thoughts become things, and they've thought a certain way the whole time, and the way that they thought helped them to stay broke, then how in the world is that sled going to help you to get up to the top of the mountain? Why do you look at your new opportunities, your new your new techniques that you get, and you try to judge them based on your old techniques and your old knowledge that caused you to be exactly where you are? If a new technique was the smartest thing in the world to you, you would be doing it already and in a different position. But if your life is stinking right now and it sucks, then you know darn well that your thoughts became something that you did not like. Therefore, you cannot judge the new things that are presented to you by your old thoughts, or you will always fail. It's sabotage. People say they want to go to the top, but they want to carry a big old sled on their back. Imagine trying to carry a 500-pound sled as you hike up a mountain. How easy is it going to be for you to give up, let the sled go, jump on it, and ride the freaking sled down? Because you're scared of the pain that's going to come when you push yourself to go up. But I promise you, if you drop that sled and stop sabotaging yourself, it'll be a lot easier to get up the mountain. But you're trying to carry that sled on your back. See, it's funny that people always want a way out. But as soon as you get to the point that you learn to destroy your excuses and your ways out, you get to the point where you destroy the old thinking that keeps you in a bind and keeps you in a hole where you're struggling in business, check to check, making mistakes, suffering, hurting your family. As soon as you get to the point where you're ready to give that crap up, you can climb the mountain. You can go as high as you need to go. But you're never going to get to the top of the mountain with that sled on your back. See, and whatever your sled is, I'm going to tell you, there's going to be a disconnect because of that sled.
See, because you want to go back to the old things, you're going to always have a problem with value. You're going to realize that you're not anything big. You're going to realize that you're probably a loser in your own mind. You're going to realize that you don't have anything for everybody. You don't have something to give to the world because you don't value the gifts and the blessings that God gave you enough to use them without sabotaging yourself. Because as soon as you get to the point where you want to use those gifts and use those talents, you fall back to that paycheck, you fall back to that job, you fall back to what somebody else tells you to do, and that's that sled on your back. And you jump on that sled and you cruise down and you say, well, my tax check gonna come at the end of the year, so I worked real hard and I'm gonna make some money, so at least I know that's sure. But the gifts and the talents that God gave you, that's really sure. But you trying to climb up to the top of that mountain with that sled on your back. So today I want you to realize that you can be free from that sled. You can stop making excuses and stop taking the easy way out. Because the easy way is to go with what you know right now, to sit in comfort and to not get out your comfort zone, to not try. But I'm going to tell you, you ain't going to the top. You'll never be there with that sled on your back. Better get it off today. Thank you.
Okay, guys, so I'm back. So, see, guys, I've been talking this stuff for a very long time. And as a matter of fact, you guys can hear on the video my little guys before they got stolen in the background. And you get to see the blessed thing I told you guys happened, how the deep state wanted to try to kill me and try to interfere with all my business contacts. You see one just came up talking about pistol whipping your family. See, it's funny, guys, that in the real world, you got to have PCAPs and show what the freak is the real deal. And because I'm destroying their cute little trafficking operation in their eyes, they realize that they can't stop me. So they want to try to kill any business opportunity. They think they're going to limit what I do in my life. And it's hilarious. The guy says, imagine this. I'm like, yeah, which one of you guys will ever swear to that? Why would I not be in jail if I did some crazy junk like that? Why is there 5 different stories inside of, why is there 5 different stories in the Supreme Court right now proving that it's a lie? See, my enemies are mad because God has given me victory over and over and over again. For 3-4 years, they've been saying I'm under FBI investigation, I'm going to jail, but they never let y'all see that the police officer said, hey, we realize that this person who lied on David is highly incredible, and we got all these different stories, and they tried to hide her, but I put it in the Supreme Court. It's funny to me because a real fighter don't back down to the deep state. And just like I told y'all in the beginning of the video, they come on everything I do trying to hate, but they'll never swear to anything. They won't swear it's true. They hide behind fake names. They won't swear it's true. But what they hate so bad is that I sit right in front of their face and drop PCAPs all day of what I really do. I live a life that they cannot copy. I live a life that they can come in and talk junk, but they can't show you one parent they've helped. I had a new parent pop on who told y'all I helped him get his kid back. And I didn't even know he was going to be on the dang video, but he just showed y'all I did it. Shamrock just showed y'all that I was able to help her, and I didn't even know, with her kid's mask mandate. So over and over and over, we keep getting those PCAPs. We keep getting it. And my enemies watch me daily. How y'all doing, enemies? I'm so happy for you guys. I want to thank you, actually. We just got another 900 to 1,000 subscribers who, when you guys are making fake videos about me, I wish you guys so much goodness, because those people who are looking for real things to see, who you hype up to come look at my channel, get to see real people saying they got their kids back on my channel, and now they're my fans. So they actually enjoying being able to see the PCAPs in real life. And I'm so happy y'all get to watch me. Let me tell you why. In Psalm 23, God tells you how he, yeah, that's exactly where I come from, Ellie Mel. When these people make death threats, I start laughing. I'm like, wait, y'all the killers that want to kill me? Like, I know some professional killers. I've seen people die right in front of my face, get shot not too far away from me. I never had fear then. I'm definitely not going to have fear now. I've lived a good, long life. I've been able to do a whole bunch of things that most people have never even thought of doing. I'm not worried. But what's amazing, guys, is I wasn't talking about you, Reefer Man. But what I'll tell you is that it's pretty amazing that these people come on and watch, because the Bible tells you that God will make a table for you in the presence of your enemies. See, that means your enemy's going to be there watching God feed you and bless you. And I know these guys probably got like 20 or 30 of their agents that work together, just like they did a whole show about me yesterday. And they got people to come on and just make claims. And then somebody said, can you prove these things? Would you swear to them? Do you have actual evidence? Well, no, I don't have evidence. So do you want to tell the people about the fact you work with a lawyer who they say traffic kids, and she's been fighting guys in the movement for years? Because somebody came out and did a video claiming how much she charged to traffic kids, how much it cost to get them a fake passport and a fake freaking doctor's letter saying that they were excused from the state or the United States to go overseas to traffic the kids or whatever, because you guys were working a system to traffic them. And this attorney tells every dollar that it costs, what it costs for this, what it costs for that. I mean, there is a guy named Timothy who used to be a world-class reporter who actually who got dogged out by the deep state after this lady told him about how they were trafficking and what the money was involved. I'm not the smartest man in the world, but it's kind of funny that all you guys are connected and working with each other from different states and all that stuff, and you're mad at me. But I enjoy it because God is letting me whoop y'all butt in y'all face. Just one little Negro from the ghetto. I'm a nothing and a nobody. But you know, when you look at people like Heidi M. Hall, you know, who's in the Midwest, who was caught trafficking kids, and she works with y'all. I get to talk to me, P. Diddy, send me a message. When you guys play these games and come in my midst, I'm happy, because what happens is you guys are right in my face talking stupid, and God is showing y'all destruction in front of your face. I'm gonna tell y'all, some more stuff is coming really fast. That's really big. You guys fake like I was under FBI investigation. The first parent I helped get 9 kids back, y'all went and looked her up, told her y'all were the FBI, threatened to take her kids if she tells I helped her. Y'all covered her up because y'all didn't want other people to know what happened. So if y'all don't end up under a big bad situation and investigation, I'm lying. So let's see what's up. Let's see how long y'all gonna get away with the stuff y'all been doing. Let's see how long y'all gonna get away with doxing parents, lying on people, doing all types of wrong, hacking people's phones, taking pictures of people's kid at their house. Let's see how long it's going to go on. Because everything that I say, I've shown PCAPs and we show victory. Everything y'all say, y'all don't have nothing. Y'all just make up stuff. Y'all just get with other attorneys around the country who don't like that I'm killing their trafficking business. And y'all come together to try to do something. And it's been 4 years that y'all have not been able to kill me yet with all the threats. Why are y'all so weak? Is it because it's a light thing for God to flex on y'all? I mean, one guy on the show yesterday, we got Melly Mel right here on the show. She's somebody who's an admin, a moderator on my chat. And she talked about what y'all did wrong yesterday, and y'all made up lies about her, not realizing that she's somebody from my chat. And the guy on the show thought that because her name was Melly Mel, that it was his girl, ex-girl, Melissa, who he used to beat up, who he now has a permanent restraining order from. She had to run from him. He stole her kids, is what she said. She apologized to me for all the lies that she used to tell about me and my business. She used to actually come out and say, oh, don't trust Dave. Don't trust his business. Don't do this. Don't do that. And the funny thing is, she did all that stuff. And then after all these years, she had to come back and say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He made me do it. He told me he'll take my kids away if I ever left or if I stopped. So I'm enjoying this time because God is allowing all you guys. And you guys said Melly Mel had warrants. Here's Melly Mel right here. She don't have no warrants. It's so messed up. You're so deceitful that your ex showed the court case where you beating her butt while you're on a show trying to attack me, trying to get people to say I did wrong. God is so powerful. And you had to fake it. Let me get them PCAPs. Hold on one second. Okay, y'all, I got that PCAP ready. Let me see if I can get it to share now. Let's see if we can get this to work. Okay, guys. So let's see if we can get these caps. So the guy who attacked me on video has been doing it for years. He's one of the guys who I told you guys about that worked together with the team to try to destroy my credibility for years. They threatened to kill me for years. And he was on a show with my enemy yesterday, guys, trying to lie and say he believes I did this and did that. Nobody will swear to it. The lady who's working with him as a partner is the one who was working with the attorney who was trafficking, or who they said was trafficking. State of Michigan, in the court for the county of Allegan, 48th Judicial Court, Melissa Ann McDonald. They thought Melly Mel was Melissa Ann McDonald. Court address, 113 Chestnut Street, Allegan, Michigan. The respondent to the petition in case number 2164448-PP is Randy Scott Davis in North Carolina. He's the high Freemason who said, when somebody asked him if he was a Mason, that, yeah, I'm a Mason, but we don't rape kids or something like that. Like, why would you ever bring that up? But if you notice, it says the court had a hearing in August 18, 2021. The guy, Randy, said that Michigan doesn't have any jurisdiction over him since he lives in North Carolina, and that the personal protection order should be dropped. The judge said, actually, no, it doesn't matter if you're in another state. The statute doesn't require that. Therefore, the court rejects the argument that it lacks jurisdiction. And then it says the court heard testimony by both parties and finds petitioner testimony more credible than the respondents. Her testimony regarding being assaulted, she said he almost broke her nose, along with testimony regarding subsequent harassing text messages and social media posts, established reasonable cause for her to believe that the respondent may commit one or more of the violent or harassing acts that are prohibited by the statute. For that reason, his motion was denied. This is the guy who my enemy had on his show yesterday, trying to act like David Jose is bad and we're making this report about him, while his own lady is telling how he beat her butt. And then to show how much of a dirtbag he really is and how much wrong they get involved with, he thinks Melly Mel is connected to him. So he runs and goes get a whole bunch of warrants for his girl. And you got to wonder, how is it that you're dealing with a lady that got all these warrants? But then she got proof of you threatening her and hitting her. So, you know, this is the quality of people that my enemies use to try to knock me down, guys, because they're working in a system that deals with trafficking. They don't like the fact that I'm breaking it. So, you know, it's so crazy that he wanted to get access to her in Michigan. He has the lady's kids that he took from her. And she's making claims about him stealing her social security number. But this is the quality of people that they have to try to get, because they can't find any real parents that will show straight up evidence that I did anything to ever hurt them. I've given parents a lot of money, cars, stuff like that, but can't show anything. So this is the depths that the deep state goes to try to destroy what it is that God has done. It does not work. But I have fun, guys, working with you guys, building you up, teaching you that God has the ability to help you to do the unthinkable. People around the country have complained and said that there's nothing we could do. The country is too far gone. Nobody will hear us. We don't have any remedy that's going to be able to help us. But you guys have been able to see us take action where we have been able to blow the back out of corruption, the deep state, have massive victory. People are telling you about it on the video now. But we do have a time, guys, where people are trying to destroy our ability to make money, to build wealth, to be able to take care of our families. And it's fearful, a scary time for a lot of people. So what I'm doing, guys, I'm going to open up a chat group on Telegram. And that chat group is going to be for people who are interested in learning to do real estate and business that you can start with no cash or credit. I will have a program. There will be a membership fee. So if you got a problem with membership fees, you got a problem with having membership in order to make wealth, don't come. Not that big of a deal. I'm not begging people to come. I'm not asking people to change their life. We will have a couple of different levels of coaching. We will most likely start putting videos in there with coaching starting tonight or tomorrow. If you guys wish to join, you can come to the interest group, and then from there you can do like we do with our PMA stuff. And you can let us know if you want to move forward and be part of one of the programs or packages that we have. Now, you guys, I show PCAPs of what the freak we've done. And it's not my own words, it's other people telling you exactly what's happened for them in their life. You guys are in a time right now where the market might crash very soon. People are dealing with situations where they're just giving homes back to the bank. They don't want it anymore. They got 2 houses. They got one inherited to them. They don't have a lot of money. And what ends up happening, you guys can join that group link I put up top if you want to be in the interest group. It's on Telegram. What happens is you end up in a situation where you have a hard time in life because you don't have knowledge to get you to that next level to be able to do the things that you could do to build wealth. There's somebody in your neighborhood giving away a house right now. They don't even want it anymore. They're sick of it. It's driving them crazy every single day. They're paying 2 house notes. They never thought they would have this type of stuff fall in over their head, and they're just trying to get rid of the property. There's been times before that I get these properties and I make 3, 4, 5,000 off of one deal. There's times I make 10, 20, 30, 40,000 off of one deal. There's people who have been my students who make 200,000 on one deal. So I'm not saying that everybody's going to make that same amount of money. You can't guarantee profits. That's impossible. Only whack investors do that. I'll tell you though, you will probably make $0 on investments and deals if you never try. Pretty much I can guarantee that. Right? But the biggest thing is to take action and to do things that are different from what you are used to doing. A lot of people are worried about their wealth and what they're going to do. A lot of people are trying to figure out techniques to make new money, and they cannot do it. And I realize that we are in a time right now where it's really scary because people are losing their jobs. They're trying to, use bull crap to coerce people into doing things that they should not do. And it's sad, it's really sad, that the nation, they're trying to bankrupt the nation. But I will tell you, during the time of oppression, the time of things that are hard, the most millionaires are made. So when they're trying to destroy you, if you change your knowledge and understanding, then life is different. If you try to keep doing the same things, please make sure you join that link that I just gave you guys, not just send me a message, because if you guys message me about this, by the time the day ends, I'll probably get 1,000 messages and I won't even be able to keep up. But I have different membership levels. I have an advanced coaching that I usually teach people that is crazy good, crazy powerful. that takes people to the next level, teaches you private money, you know, how to get money for your deals that you don't have to go through a bank, all that stuff. In the beginning levels, I teach you how to do deals that take no cash or credit. You'll have a membership fee to join, but you'll be able to locate deals, locate people, do marketing that you won't have to pay for. And then what happens is you start getting deals and leads, and you're able to make money off of things that come from the English common law that most people have never taught you. I also have high level teaching that teaches you how to do a lot of things with trust to get deals done, to protect assets, crazy stuff, right? That we've done across the nation with the biggest real estate guy in the nation. I did it before him, but he's taught me a lot of stuff that's next level, real deal Holyfield stuff that the average man in the world would not have any idea about. Crazy stuff, like with law and business and wealth. It's crazy. I'm in Arizona, quitting time, but I've done deals all across the country, and my students have as well. But anyway, SK Pacific Northwest, where are you at? Huh? Oh, talking to somebody else. So anyway, guys, I do want to thank you guys for coming on this video, having a little bit of fun with me, seeing real PCAPs. Y'all get to see a lot of the stuff that I don't talk about my life. I've been here teaching people how to get kids back, how to fight deep state corruption, mass mandates, injections, all this bull crap. And people have not known this stuff about me. You know, I don't talk about it a lot. So the stuff that I really care about in life, y'all don't hear me talk about a lot. Y'all see me try to help y'all and build y'all up and give y'all faith and courage. But a couple of people told me, David, man, like people are struggling. And I have a really good manager that I get a lot of wisdom from, and said to me, you need to start doing a coaching again like you used to, because people are in some deep trouble, man, and you need to help them. And I'm like, dang, another thing. But they're right. You know, I cannot allow people to have to suffer by themselves and continue to just do everything that I want to focus on or whatever, even though I lose a lot of time. People need help and they're in a struggle, and it's not worth it to focus on everything in my life. You know, like when people saw me go through my CPS case, they're like, David, how are you trying to help other people while you're going through your cases? You should just care about your own case. I'm like, and that's why everybody loses. Everybody loses because it's about their own case, and nobody wants to do the work to build up everybody at the same time to come with a massive amount of force with knowledge. So one thing that people understand that I've done in my training of people for law is I teach everybody how to fight at the same time. And what happens when I teach everybody how to fight at the same time, they become stronger. And now you got a group of people who are not connected to each other by any group that come together and go after corruption in the deep state at the same time. Nobody can deny when they're teaching the law nationwide. And so a lot of people have had victory. A lot of people have had success, but the CPS world wasn't strong enough to do that, simply because these people who y'all see come on my videos will come and attack the parents and say, if you say something, we're going to get you, or they'll take pictures of their kids. They'll give them a link to somebody, right? They'll click on the link and they don't understand that the link are done by hackers who are getting all the information off your phone. And then they'll come to your house, take pictures of your kids, send a picture of your kids in the mail and tell you, you don't shut the freak up, your kid's going to die. Now, I know these people do that stuff. The one lady faked like she was an FBI agent. She was all on video talking junk about me and couldn't prove a dang thing. Just wanted to spit some stuff out. And it was cute. I don't give a freak, right? I got proof of what I do. I don't give a freak about people's accusations they don't swear to. It's garbage to me. But what I want you guys to see is when it comes to taking care of business and doing what is necessary in life, I have learned to build the people up, and God knew what he was doing. What God did was God gave me a movement of people that have nothing to do with CPS anything. And when he did that, he made a situation where The people who are afraid to stand up for the truth because they're worried about their kids aren't in my movement. So you can go to the CPS parents who are afraid to talk, afraid to help each other, and afraid to stand up and say whatever you want about me, it doesn't even affect me. Most of my people came from the election integrity movement and from stopping mandates. And we have had so much victory that there's nobody in the world who could say enough bad about me to stop people from working with what God has allowed me to do. People have firsthand knowledge of what I've done. So, it's good. It's great. God prepared me to build up people to do the things they need to do. And a lot of people are dealing with situations where they're losing their jobs and opportunities. They're tired. You've been doing the same thing for a long time. You see the corporations don't love you that much because they'll throw you away in an instant. So we're going to deal with it. And we're going to teach people how to be strong, courageous, build wealth. We're going to put you in a position where you can have opportunity for real estate transactions to come your way. In my medical commodity business, we got buyers that buy all year round. You send them the product, you pay for it, you send them the product, they send you a multitude of money back, 2 or 3 times as much if you buy it right. So you're able to flip money really quickly. And these people are already here ready to do deals. That's the kind of stuff that I work with. Now, real estate, a little bit different. You may have a buyer in the beginning, you may not. But the biggest thing is getting yourself into a situation where you could do a deal. So I put the link in the comments. If you guys want to get in, let me know. After the video settles and it is done, I will change the video to allow me to put it in the actual comments. So I want to let you guys go. No, I love you. Thank you guys for a good day, a good Friday morning. Got to show you guys them PCAPs, real deals happening, real life. If you guys want to get in, click on that link. I'll add it to the description later. And I'll teach you guys in common English with real deal Holyfield techniques to really kick butt in real estate, be a monster. I'll be adding videos to a video group, teaching you how to break things down. Higher level coaching will have in-person help. That's at a totally different level. There will be some on a lower level if you get deals. Medium level will have it a little bit different, but the knowledge and understanding that you need to start making money out of no money will be starting to be added into that group if you decide to join. If you don't, it's no big deal. If you don't like to spend money on learning how to build wealth, don't come, don't worry about it. We're not begging you to come. It's your choice. I ain't trying to make you do nothing, but I love you guys. Y'all be cool. I know y'all been having issues with building wealth or been wanting to do better in many cases, and y'all brought it up. I never said anything, but now it's time for me to say stuff. Let's go. Let's kick some butt. I love y'all. Stay out of trouble. We're going to end this stream. Peace.